Hey everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith and we're here at the GTS Distribution Come and Play Day in Atlanta 2016, and I'm here with Deacon Wheeler from Cryptozoic Entertainment.
How's it going?
Great, thanks for being here.
No problem.
And thank you for bringing a game. And what did you bring?
Attack on Titan, the deck building game.
Okay, so we've already kind of set the game up here in
Yep.
front of ourselves. But before we jump into things, can you tell me a little bit about the theme of the game, sort of the setting? What do we found ourselves in the middle of here?
Absolutely. So this is a Cerberus deck building game. So it's using the common card back that's common to all Cerberus games. Across there you can see our player cards also have the same common card back. It's the furthest from a typical Cerberus games that we've ever done. So it has a cooperative element from the get-go.
Okay.
And as part of it, you're all working together to try to take on 4 arch-enemy titans that have been seeded through the castle that will show up throughout the gameplay. When they show up, they hit hard, and they're really hard to take care of. As we go through the game, though, we also have different areas in the lineup. As you see from a normal Cerberus lineup, you can see that there are different spots in the area, but you can only purchase cards or defeat titans if you are in that area.
That's what I thought was really kind of unique about this, because in deck builder games you'll have like, here are the different things we can buy this round. And normally anything, just grab, as long as you pay for it, you can get it. But here you actually have to physically move to the location where that's offered in sort of the marketplace, I guess, area of this place, and then you can bring it into your hand.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's sort of like a dual economy here. Not only do you have to have power, right, to buy the thing, you have to have the movement to get to that location.
Correct. And so if the deck runs out fully, and this is called the castle in this game,
yes.
The wall is destroyed. These are all hit points. So if this is destroyed, this whole area is destroyed, Commander picks this and everyone will be destroyed, and the meter titan will kind of move on in.
Okay.
So we want to get in there. If that's destroyed, or if in a 2-player game, 2 of us die, that's over. There's no player elimination though.
Right.
So if I were to die as Armin, I would go ahead and go back in the box, randomly deal myself another character, and come back into play. It would also destroy my hand and anything that I have played that turn, so it messes with your deck building a lot.
So as soon as 2 of the characters
Correct.
are removed, then the game's over.
And that goes on with the wound that you have right here. If you actually gain another wound right now, or play another wound, you will die. And Aaron, obviously in the theme of the game, he can die. He works well with wounds. You also can play them to use power as well.
Right, because this is based on a popular anime TV series, I believe, right? And the concept, I think, is you have this last town, castle area, right? And they're being attacked by these gigantic titans, right?
Correct.
So the forces are definitely aligned against them, and you've set things up here so the forces are definitely aligned against me.
You've got a wound already sitting on you. We have a titan that we're going to have to deal with. If we don't take care of this titan, well, Maria's going to fall a little bit, and we're going to have 4 spaces that we work with.
Right.
And that means
these are this is the life, right? As these things disappear, then the whole
Correct.
Dies. Okay.
And you can also jump in front of a titan to take that damage too. So if we couldn't take him out and one of us got here in time, at the end of round we could say, I'll take a wound instead of the wall taking damage.
Oh, I see. Okay, to keep the wall up. All right.
No, these are normal titans. Inside of here are the archenemy titans which have the black frames.
Yes.
Those do 2 damage. They have health points that regenerate and have huge hits.
All right.
So when
we don't want to see those.
No, but we do, because we can't win the game until we defeat 4 of them.
All right.
So they will come in, and as you build the deck at the very beginning, you seed the deck with 4 of those, and you randomly choose them from a little bit of stuff. So you could have the Colossal Titan, or you could have the Armored Titan, which are 2 of the ones that people are very used to seeing.
Okay, so you might not see the same ones every time you play, obviously.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Well, maybe could we go to the table now and maybe do an example of a couple of turns just to show people how this works?
Sounds good, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Now, this is a fully cooperative game, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get another wound. Can I tell you kind of like what I am concerned about?
Yes, absolutely you can.
All right. I may have another wound in my hand that I'm going to have to play on my turn, and that will defeat me. So.
Well, one of the things Armin's good at is helping getting cards to the players that need them. He's not the best at attacking. You have powers that help you when you have wounds that play up to it. So I can actually help you out. I can get rid of it and get you some cards that might be able to help you out.
That sounds great.
So that's why I think we decided that I'm going to go ahead and go first this round. And that's what's cool about this too. Between rounds, we can change who's going first between rounds, and we can all discuss it. So I'm going to first things first show off some of the movement. I really want the card for Marco right there. He's kind of cheap right there, so I can go ahead and grab him. So, but I'm not in his spot as Armin. So I need to go ahead and move. So I'm going to go ahead and thrust 2.
Yes.
And that moves me at least, I can move up to 2, but I keep the extra point. So I'm going to go ahead and stay at the movement of 1 still in my area. And at that point, I'm going to go ahead and play a card that is Renner. He gives +2 and a defense. Defense cards can be used if an ambush happens.
Yes.
When that card pops out.
Okay.
I'm a little bit hesitant to use him for this.
Yes.
But if I don't keep him in my hand, I just have to discard my card. So
And you're going to lose him anyway.
exactly.
Okay.
So I will draw back into him eventually, but he's not going to be useful for me in my hand
And
anymore.
the 2 power is sort of the economy here for picking this up because you need at least 2 to buy Marcus.
Correct.
Boots. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and use that to purchase Marcus, put him in my discard pile.
Yep.
This is my play area. At the end of my turn, I'm going to put it all in my discard pile as
Sure.
well. All right, I still have 1 move from my original
Yep.
move, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do a couple things to help you out.
Great.
First things first is I'm going to go ahead and give you food, which it allows me to destroy a wound. So this wound I'm going to go ahead and destroy before your turn.
Just what we needed, right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Next, I am going to go ahead and use my character ability. Every character card comes with its own character ability. For Aaron, he's allowed to use wounds to play as 2 power. I'm going to go ahead and use mine for Armin. He allows me to trade cards with each other.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my horse to pay 3 move for his card to hand you a card because I think that you have Heroic Sacrifice in your hand,
Yes.
which will allow you to maybe get enough power to get that Titan out of
Okay,
us.
now I have to give you something
Correct.
in return, right? I'm going to give you something I don't think I'm going to need. I will give you a thrust. Okay.
All right, wonderful. So additionally, I have 1 more power. I can't purchase anything else, so that's going to die on me. But that gives me at least 2 more move. Assuming that a Titan draws first, which I honestly don't know,
Yeah.
he will show up here. If he draws second, he would show up here. Just in case, I'm going to go over here and just be ready for it.
Oh, you're going to be out here in case he comes in. Then
In case he comes
you can
in.
block some of the attack he might do. All right.
He's not going to attack right off the bat.
you'll be ready.
But I could be ready for the next round.
Sure.
Yeah, just in case.
Yep.
So that's my turn, and then it moves to you.
Okay. So are these all discarded then? When
Yes,
you
at the end of my
played?
turn, I will go ahead and discard these.
Yeah.
I deal back up to
Okay.
5. And then
Now
if I
it's
had
my
to
turn, right?
if I had to shuffle, I would shuffle in these and deal the top whatever cards and then the rest of them there.
Okay. So
And this is my cards for my next round.
I'm going to take a look at this for a second and see what I want to do next. All right, Deacon, you feel free to chime in here if I'm doing
Sounds
anything
good.
that's not very strategic. But here's what I think. I'm going to play this wound because I have a wound in my hand, so I have to play this,
Yep.
right? And like you said, I get a benefit from these. If I play a wound during my turn, I get +2 power and +2 move.
Yes.
So that +2 power I can use at a later point in my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have that. That's good. I want to come over and take care of this Titan for us, which I feel like you set me up nicely for that. So I'm going to use the thrust, which will give me 2 movement. So I'll go 1 and then 2, right?
Yep, right across the wall.
Okay, so now I'm facing this gigantic Titan. I hope I have the means to take care of him.
You already have 2.
2 power. I need 2 more, right?
At least 2 more, yes.
Okay. So I have Heroic Sacrifice, and this will give me +1 power, and I get to draw a card. And, okay, I add that to my hand. And then it says, I may destroy a hero in my hand. And this is the hero that you gave me. You
Yes.
gave me a hero in your turn. And so if I destroy this, then I get +2 power. Now, does destroy mean remove from the game?
It's removed from the game, so it's
All
a
right.
deck cleaning mechanic.
Sure, so that is now gone. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh, he's done.
He's done, and he's destroyed as well. So in previous Cerberus games, when you destroyed a villain or something like that, it was added to your deck.
Right.
And this one, these guys never help you.
Yes.
They're Titans.
Let's get rid of them.
They get rid of them, so they're also destroyed.
So out of the game. Goodbye.
Out of the game.
Excellent. And so I also have some more movement, so I could, I have lots of movement here. I
Yeah.
could relocate myself to somewhere. Maybe I decide I really want to get this card on the next turn,
Correct.
so I run over there, or who knows what. So maybe just to show 1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect.
Okay?
All right, so now the round is going to the end. At the backside of this disc, there is an end of round section. So if there was any archenemy Titans already out,
Yes.
and we had dealt damage to them, we have hit point tokens in the box.
Okay.
They would regenerate as many hit points as there are players. We don't have any problems with there.
Good.
Resolve any ongoing end of round effects. Those are normally on archenemy Titans.
Sure.
None of those.
Right.
And each Titan damages the wall for 1.
We got rid of the Titans.
We're good. If there's an archenemy Titan, it attacks for 2.
Right?
And then we go ahead and flip this token over and decide who's going to go first next round. Let's say that you're going to go first.
Yep.
And then we'll go ahead and draw into the next 2 cards. Is they go to the least space first.
Yes.
If there's a tie, it goes to the furthest space out.
Right.
So
From the castle.
from
Yeah.
the castle.
Sure.
So if these are both cannons or maneuvers or anything like that, it's going to go here and then here.
Okay.
If any of them are Titans, they might show up here and it might change that all up.
Let's
So
hope for no Titans.
first one's up, Thomas. So he shows up there.
Yes.
The next one is an archenemy Titan.
Okay.
So
So there's the hit point value.
there's the
that
hit
we
point
see.
value, yeah.
Wow, 13. Okay.
Yeah, so that will take 13 before we
Yeah.
get there. And then once you go there, you have to make a announcement that I'm going to try to kill this Titan.
Sure.
And to do so, we'll talk about this in just a sec, but she's all the way over here, which means we've been setting up all the way over here,
Yes.
and now we have to get all the way over here before
dear.
she starts doing
Maybe I
it.
shouldn't have ran away.
And the problem too is she's going to do 2 damage to this wall if we don't try to block her or kill her in time.
Right.
So we can always do that heroic sacrifice and get wounds. You can't. I probably have to run over here on my next round and at least take one of those wounds. Otherwise, this wall is gone.
Right.
The hospital is destroyed.
Yes, and we're closer to our doom.
Exactly, because if all 5 of these are gone, we've lost.
So, yeah, you mentioned something about the Titans on attack.
All right, so if we have gotten to 13 hit points off on this person already, I might have a hand that says, okay, Rodney, I can do the 6 damage that needs to do this.
Sure.
I might want to overshoot that even a little bit, because what happens with the Titans on attack is after I have played my hand and say I'm going with 7 power, we deal one of these, and this one says add 3 to this Titan's attack power.
Oh, I see. So you think it's at least 6, but it might be more.
Yeah.
So you might need to generate even more power to ensure you can deal with this.
And some of them are going to be ambushes, and some of them are going to be different things along those lines. If you have a defense card, you can use that to fight off the ambush.
Yeah.
But you're really never sure what these are going to be. So these Titans, you might have finally got them down. You think you're going to win the game against the Colossal Titan, and then he shows up and has 3 more hit points.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to really come prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah, for more than even what you can see. All right.
So yeah, the game keeps going like that. To win, there's 4 of these Archenemy Titans seated throughout the deck. There's 3 of each level of Archenemy Titan, except for the first one. Smiling Titan is always going to be the first one that you run into.
Okay.
But there's 3 level 2s, there's 3 level 3s, and 3 level 4s, so you're never sure which ones are going to show up.
How many of these do we have to beat again to win?
You have to beat 4. Okay. And once you beat 4 of them, the game is over. You've defended the towns. You're safe.
You've driven them off. Okay.
If the walls fall, if 2 or 3 of your people die, depending on your player count, die, or the deck runs out, you have lost.
Now, how many people can play this?
1 to 5 players. So it's
All
a
right.
solo game. It's very happy as a solo game.
Yeah.
But it goes up to 5 players, and it scales crazily because of how most of the things are draw X cards,
Based on
deal
number of
X.
players.
Yeah, exactly that sort of stuff. So all of that's based off of that.
So is this available now? When's it going to be available?
It's going to be available November 9th.
Okay, November 9th, 2016. Deacon, thanks so much for giving us this overview of the game and how it works. That was fantastic. And to the rest of you, of course, until the next episode, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.